Sup? This is Greggatron. This. Look at it. Yeah. Look at it. This. Yeah. This is how we doing? Do you like my shirt? Yeah. The good captain. People tell me I look like Falcon all the time, especially when I wear these. So I'm like, why don't I just embrace it? Since y'all keep saying that. In my last video, somebody tried to say, man, you look like Lawrence Fishburne. I'm like, really? Anthony Mackie, now Lawrence Fishburne. I get all these different actors all the time. Michael Jai White, Michael B. Jordan, Vince Carter. Somebody even told me I look like Will Smith before. I'm like, cut it out, people. We don't all look alike. Cut the crap. Anyway, speaking of looking a certain way, no, I'm kidding, but not really. So this video is about a what if. I did a video kind of like this a few days ago, and it was interesting, but I want to dig a little bit deeper. This one's going to be a little bit more realistic. Alright. The other video was a would you rather, whereas this is just a straight would you ever. Opposed to being what if, it's a would you ever. So there's a video game / TV show called Cyberpunk. I saw the TV show on Netflix. Cyberpunk is about a universe. I guess the game took place in 2077. So about 50 plus years into the future. It's about this universe where people, mostly everybody, has these cybernetic enhancements. Whether it be they can hear extra well, like, almost a mile away or whatever. They can see extra far away. They can zoom in. They have microchips in their head that allows them to talk on the phone, like Bluetooth, but it's plugged in behind their ear. The main one is this, I call it the spine. It's this, it looks like a little backpack that goes behind your spine, and it allows you to move extremely fast. You can run faster, you can jump higher. You can do all these crazy things. And I watched this show over a year ago. Never played the game. But ever since I watched this show, I've been thinking, man. Because I already know some people. For example, I know a guy I used to work with. He only had one good hand because his fingers were missing from an accident when he was younger. And I remember saying to him, why don't you just get that Luke Skywalker hand, the artificial hand, and then they can spray paint your skin color on the artificial hand so no one will know the difference. Or just wear the Anakin Skywalker glove. So ever since I've seen Cyberpunk, I've been thinking man, would you ever get an enhancement like that personally? Now let me lay down some ground rules. The question isn't would you do it if you lived in that universe, because in that universe it's already happening. It's very common to get some type of enhancement, whether it be the vision thing or the mobility or what have you. So in the year 2025, I'm asking you guys, would you participate in something like that if it started right here and right now? And it kind of already is starting here now, because I know people who get the laser surgery for their eyes so they no longer need contacts, things of that nature. And we've been talking about AI for a while now. AI is already here also. So my question to you guys is, if a scientist or a doctor came out right now and said, hey, we got this new product on the market, and essentially what it is cyberpunk. It's the beginning of that. And we need, you know what, let's just say they don't use the word guinea pig because that doesn't sound good. Let's just say they say it's been approved by the FDA and it's safe, and we just need more people to participate. Would you guys say yes to that? In all honesty, that's a really good question. Because you really don't know what you would do unless you're in that situation. And everybody's in a different situation personally. Do you think it's playing God to change your body in that way? Sup? All right. My brother just showed up. This is Sci-Fi Guy 2094. 2094. He's also into science fiction and whatnot. I was just catching him up. You know what cyberpunk is, you just said, right?
Yeah.
And he was planning on making a video about AI already. So I'm like, why don't we just collaborate? So right before you walked in, the question to the people is, would you get a cybernetic enhancement if the cyberpunk universe was coming to us? Like if it's just now starting with the spinal fusion thing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it? It's like a backpack.
Yeah, I think, yeah, well, I saw that anime.
Right, it's on Netflix.
Edge Runners or whatever it's called.
Right.
I watched like a couple episodes of that. It was pretty good. I mean,
but the stuff that these people do in this show is just physically incredible. The conundrum, did you watch the whole show?
no, just like
Okay.
one episode maybe, like one of the early episodes
So I'm not gonna...
when he's like training to become a runner.
Right. I'm not gonna spoil the show for you guys, but the conundrum is the more you use some of these enhancements, the more detrimental it can be to your health. So it's like they have to pick and choose. The runners are basically the people who are doing these jobs, illegal jobs.
It's basically like they're running drugs and shit.
Yeah. Robbing and whatever. The conundrum is are these enhancements worth jeopardizing your health? And everyone in the universe, they kind of already know what's going on. So that's why I ask you guys, because no one here, we don't really have enhancements in the year 2025. So I guess if you knew about it, would you then continue to participate? What do you think?
If it was like black market enhancements, then no. Because in that, I know in this Cyberpunk 2077 world, a lot of it's all underground, like black market, where they do the enhancements for you. So if that was the situation, I would say no, because they're not doctors. Like, yeah, they're good with technology, but they're not like doctors. They're not like, it's not regulated.
Right.
So if it was just like black market stuff, then unless I'm in like dire need of like something like I'm physically disabled, and to make a living, like I need the enhancements, then I probably wouldn't. If I was just in good health and I was able-bodied and stuff like that, I probably wouldn't get the enhancements in like the cyberpunk world.
Yeah. And it's interesting because a lot of the people in that universe, they kind of have to sell their soul in order to get these enhancements. And it becomes an addiction. So the more they get, the more they want to get, which is another conundrum. So that's why I say it's interesting, because it's 50 years from now, but at the same time, it's so possible because the stuff that they're dealing with is stuff that we humans today are dealing with. For example, I have a friend right now who, she's wheelchair bound.
Mm-hmm.
She knows who she is. Shout out to her. I call her the good woman. And she's in a scooter, like wheelchair. I call it the good chair. Well, this question goes to her as well. If a doctor came to you and said, hey, let's just say it is regulated, for the sake of the argument,
right?
It's regulated. Let's say the doctor comes to you and says, hey, we can get you out of this wheelchair. All you have to do is sign this paperwork, and your insurance will take care of the rest of it. They give you a cybernetic enhancement, whether it be down your back or what have you, and now you can walk again. Do you think it's worth doing something like that? Or do you think you're just better off staying and keeping things the way things are? That's why I say everybody's situation is different, because some people are wheelchair bound. Some people are missing a limb. Some people, like I said earlier before he walked in, some people might be missing a hand or some fingers, or some people got bad eyes. Everybody in my family, we have bad eyes. My niece, who is 10, she wears glasses now. We've been wearing glasses since we were 10. So, and I'm not trying to make it sound like we're like ungrateful for what God gave us. But my point is, there's something wrong physically with everybody, which boils down to do the best you can to stay in good health for as long as possible. But be that as it may, let's just say you are in decent shape, you are in decent health. Would you still then go forward with some type of surgery, or what's that word? When you have surgery, operation. Yeah. It's a good question.
I feel like there's a lot of people that I feel like athletic people and top athletes, they would get it so they could surpass whatever they can physically do that's humanly possible. I feel like they would get the enhancements so they could become more than what a basic human could ever become, like physically. They want to keep pushing themselves. So like, say you're in the NFL. I feel like in your prime, I feel like those type of athletes would seek a way to perform even higher.
The only problem with that is,
well, obviously, like I know then regulation for sports, then that the laws have to change.
Yeah.
In that situation.
Half the time we can read each other's thoughts because we're brothers, but that's exactly what I was about to say. In the sports world, in the sports arena, in the sports universe, they probably wouldn't allow it. At least not today in 2025.
Yeah,
now, once everything is understood as to the side effects and all that, they might possibly go forward with it. But, because they were getting on Sammy Sosa back in the day, because they said
steroid use.
That, and they said he had something in the baseball bat, something he put in the bat that made it smack the ball harder.
I don't know. Maybe he put something metal in the bat, because in the MLB you have to use the wooden bats.
I can't remember what it was, but they said he put something inside his bat or replace the bat with something.
Mm.
But anyway, in the sports community, they kind of crack down on that stuff. As far as I know, they like test you for drugs and all that type of stuff to make sure you don't have an unfair advantage. So I don't think sports would allow it. Now, what about the military?
Military for sure would
You would think, because
allow it.
military has their own doctors too. And if you're in war on the battlefield fighting your country's enemies, the government might allow you to do some stuff like that. It wouldn't be the first time the government, pushed something that probably shouldn't be pushed. But if it's for the greater good, look at Captain America. They made him into a super soldier, and was that super soldier serum even regulated by the government? You know what I'm saying? There's just so many factors into the way you think about this. This conversation can last for 16 hours.
I feel like the government would be the first institution to actually like spearhead the movement, because anytime, like, just think about it, during World War II, how they spearheaded the atomic bombs and all that stuff. During Vietnam, it was like even heavier machine guns.
During Vietnam, Agent Orange was going on.
Yeah, like they had, like, World War II was like the main tech
peak.
Yeah, with like developing like tanks and stuff.
Man, the atom bomb.
Yeah, and then
So you're saying these cybernetic enhancements is no different from the atom bomb of old, of the 1940s. It's just an updated version.
I mean, in terms of governments like wanting the best performance out of their soldiers, it's obviously way different than like an atomic bomb. But in terms of like troop readiness and giving troops the best tools,
Sup?
every government would be like seeking to spearhead the whole movement of like AI integrated into like soldiers with weaponry, exosuits, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really no different from having what you just said, an exosuit or any type of drug or medication to physically enhance your performance. I would say it's just a matter of will they allow it, will they regulate it?
I mean,
Because the common person, man, we might not be able to get it, but a soldier or somebody doing like police work or a SWAT team or something like that, they might do it first, and then later it could trickle down to the common man, the citizen.
obviously, like, because of cost, the military is going to be the first ones to get the technology like used on people, just because like the military has so much money to spend. Like, look at all these companies that have like military contracts, like Boeing, Raytheon.
Yeah.
All these companies, they're gonna make deals with the government. Like, okay, we're gonna supply you with this amount of exosuits, these many exosuits, and we're gonna manufacture them at this price, and then whatever the government makes a deal with them to basically, provide exosuits or AI
Or whatever.
targeting systems or whatever. I mean, AI targeting systems is already a thing,
Yeah.
but it would be like the government wanting to make a deal with the company that's developing the AI so that their soldiers can be more well equipped. And then once the costs come down for like normal people, which the rich would get it first, and then like regular people would get like these AI enhancements.
Because I think that was one of the conundrums in the show. It was like the poor people weren't able to get the proper enhancements because the enhancements that they were getting
were like second rate.
Right. So that's why they were going out of their way to like rob and steal and all this stuff. Because they were trying to make up for the lack of. But as far as what you were just saying, I think it would pass, not right away, but it would pass after the military gets it. Because the government would see it simply as a business. It's a moneymaker, right? So the government, or I guess you could say the FDA, the pharmaceutical companies, the companies who produce it, these people would be they'd be making a fortune.
But I feel like there have to be a whole nother division of like government to regulate it. Like it wouldn't fall under any alphabet acronym that we have now. Like there would be a new, like it wouldn't necessarily fall under like FDA, it wouldn't fall under Department of Defense necessarily. Like yeah, the Department of Defense would somewhat regulate it, but I feel like there'd have to be an entirely new like organization that oversees
this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you want to answer the question, would you get cybernetic enhancements like Cyberpunk?
You talking about the animated show? That's pretty good.
Yeah. You're good on camera?
No. I don't think...
We'll speak so they can hear you. This is the homie in the background.
Probably not. Depending on what it's for. If it's just about like, depending on what it's for.
So let's say, I don't know, you're missing an arm.
Oh yeah, those are just prostheses. That already exists.
Right. So if they came to you and said, hey, we can get you an arm like Bionic Commando or something, and it's regulated.
Do they come with different like hands attachments?
Yeah, but
sure.
It wouldn't just be a normal prosthetic that they have now. It'd be like integrated like
with your spinal system,
yeah, like
in
your mind, to where like just the thought
so
you
I
can
can
control it.
So
what? Keep it clean, man. Stupid. But what do you think about that though?
It's coming. You can't stop it.
That's what we're trying to say. It's already here, right?
Yeah.
So if it's already here, do you think, for one, the people in that universe, 2077, they're all doing it, but we're not there yet. But if it's coming to us, could you see yourself participating in something like that?
If it's
at the age of 30 or however old you are?
No, I ain't doing it.
But if we have children, our children, they probably would 25 years from now, because they're already in it.
So acclimated with technology.
Yeah.
It's kind of like today's kids. It's kind of like today's kids have tablets and phones more so than we did. So those children's children would definitely be the AI babies, more so than even them.
Plus, they're growing up with AI right now, like
Right.
Google, Microsoft. I think Bing's is one of them is Copilot. I think that's Bing's, maybe something like that. And then obviously like ChatGPT and XAI.
Yeah.
Like almost every search engine is incorporating AI into their I don't know the word, but their
like Google
their
search
search
engine.
their search optimization, whatever.
There's already experiments for it. They already like recently killed a monkey trying to implant brain chips.
Brain chips?
Yeah. Like Neuralink. It's a Elon Musk company. Neuralink.
Was it Neuralink? Because didn't they approve human trials for Neuralink?
I'm not sure.
Like the
So Neuralink, with the monkey being what exactly? They were trying to make the monkey think something, and then something else that's attached to the monkey happens? What do you mean by Neuralink?
All I know about it is that it's a brain chip.
brain
you put
chip
it in your brain. I believe it like either controls your own motor functions or technology outside of your body.
Outside your body. Meaning I can turn the TV on with my brain.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what Cyberpunk is.
Yeah. So they already have like headsets.
Have you seen Cyberpunk? So like these people can get phone calls and stuff, or a text message,
That's terrifying.
and without even clicking a button, I don't even think they do this. They can think it, and then the phone pops up in their eyes, and they can see.
That's horrible. You never have a chance to get away from your phone.
Well, that's what we're asking.
No.
Advertisements. We've seen enough Black Mirror to not do that.
Black Mirror.
I don't like that at all.
Black Mirror.
Hmm.
It's like a sci-fi show, I think.
But do
Silly
you,
for not watching
so
Black Mirror and talking
I know you don't want to be on camera, but do you think 50 years from now, if those things are happening, do you think the common person would be more, what's that word?
More prone to-
Susceptible.
More inclined to.
Yeah, because it's normal for them. But for me, I feel like I definitely have a choice, and my choice is no. But eventually, it probably won't even be a choice.
Right. So it would be normalized. That's what I'm trying to get at, or that's what I'm thinking anyway.
Unless they do it from birth, nobody can, at the end of the day, just force you down.
No, it's not for force. It's for those who want it.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be like a trend. Once, let's say one celebrity gets, let's say Arnold Schwarzenegger, he does it, and he becomes the real Terminator. All of his fans, or many of his fans, are going to say, oh man, Arnold did it at the age of 80 or 70 or 90 or however old he is. If he can do it and he still is performing great, he can jump 10 feet in the air. I can do it at the age of 20 or 30.
I don't think there's going to be any brain chip that's going to actually physically make make your body different. You're not going to be like bigger, stronger, faster from a brain chip. Maybe if it's affecting your neurochemistry, but that's
like
just medicine.
your
at that
reflexes.
point. That's just medicine at that point. But you can't like if anything, you would have to use an exoskeleton to do so.
That's what we're talking about.
Exoskeleton
Yeah.
would be kind of dope.
So you say that's
I'd be
dope?
an exoskeleton.
So you would participate in the exoskeleton?
It depends on if it's connected to like I'm not driving a self-driving car, so if it's connected to any kind of
Computer network.
computer network, overseeing entity,
Satellites.
no. But if it's like part of my body now, sure, maybe.
Exoskeleton.
But if it has a CPU, can it still be hacked though?
Oh, anything can be hacked.
Because that could be the other side of the coin. That's the double-sided sword. Because we all know when the internet goes down, we're all screwed because we don't know how to function anymore without computers. But if you're addicted to your exosuit or your new eyes or your new hearing, let's just say the grid goes out or whatever, the satellite, whatever's powering your thing. When that goes out, the individual will go crazy because he or she is on that type of, essentially it is medication at that point. It's like an addiction, right? That person would be on it for so long. When it's taken away, all hell would break loose.
Some of this stuff's already.
Not
already
necessarily
exists.
though.
Some of this stuff already exists, right?
Right.
You have.
That's why I want to talk about it because it's already here.
You can. There's a like I don't know what to call it, but it's an interface that you put on your skull and it reads your brain waves, and that way you can control things. Whether it be a computer, but one lady was playing a fucking video game with it, so she didn't need a controller anymore.
Just by thinking about it.
Left, right, up, down.
Was it VR too though?
No.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking, VR with the PlayStation.
it was like okay.
Fascinating stuff.
The future's already here.
Well, I saw this story. I don't know how accurate this is, but like I guess in China they created this android with like an artificial womb that can
So they use the android as a surrogate mother?
yeah, and
I think I heard that before.
I don't know if it's like a full 9 months where the baby develops, but like
There's no practical application for that. I think that's just more like shock than anything.
That's the same thing as a surrogate mother.
well, I'd have to look into the story to like see how far in the R&D stage they are,
R&D.
like research and development.
Oh.
But I mean,
That's a tech billionaire's playground. Like people,
Yeah.
if you're investing in that, that's cool, but it doesn't really have any practical.
well, yeah, that's what I'm like with you said, like with surrogacy. Like, I feel like that would be the main use. Like, a woman can't naturally conceive or whatever. She goes to a surrogate, but instead of a real woman, it's this android with the artificial womb or whatever.
That's the same.
And in
thing
that
as a
case,
surrogate
it's more of a
mother.
controlled environment. You get a surrogate, it's like, what if that person gets in a car accident?
How do you think? How do you,
You
think?
know?
How do you think sex robots are going to change relationships?
That's a whole different
I
topic.
don't really
No,
think
We need to go live. We need to.
Well, you get it.
This should be a live
So you
video.
can edit this one out. How do you think robots are going to change relationships?
I don't think they will.
They will change them.
Well, they're going to change relationships dramatically.
It's already changing with porn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I saw a story. A young man commits suicide because
of an AI girlfriend or
his
something like
AI
that?
girlfriend broke up with him or something.
Oh, it was ChatGPT.
Something like
it's because
that.
they updated a new version of ChatGPT.
So it was
the next
taken
day
away
didn't-
from
It
him.
didn't talk the same, so he was like, "Oh, where did this person go?"
So he believed his girlfriend
Was he
left
like
him.
16 or something?
He was a young man. He was probably
That's
like
what I'm saying.
12 or
Like,
11 or
Oh,
something.
yeah. If you're a kid, then
When your brain is that young, you can't process that type of stuff properly.
that reminds me. There's this movie with Joaquin Phoenix called Her, and he like falls in love with like this AI, the voice of an AI, and the voice is Scarlett Johansson.
Really? I follow.
So I want to watch that movie because I haven't seen it, but it's really good. From what I've heard, it's good.
Y'all gonna get them robots.
There's so many movies out there, man, that are so interesting and they're so realistic. But as far as the surrogate thing goes, I think that's the same thing as a surrogate mother. You said something about it being more controlled,
Right.
meaning the robot just stays put in one place to hold the baby.
Yeah, and it's like
It doesn't need to move around because it doesn't need to eat.
right. It can't feel stress. Like, what if the lady gets stressed? That could result in a miscarriage. Where like, if it's an artificial womb, you can control the hormones and all that stuff. You don't have to worry about, external forces really having an impact on like the surrogacy pregnancy.
So I think that's playing God, but do you think the exosuit thing is playing God?
No,
No?
It's an enhancement, just like prosthesis.
What do you think?
I don't know at all.
What do you
Especially for
Think about if football players could wear this and then not break their bones or get concussions.
we talked about that earlier.
Right
a little
before
bit,
you walked in the door.
where like the sports leagues
They're gonna use them.
won't adopt AI and enhancements because
It's an
it's
enhanced
all.
sports league.
I feel like they're
A separate league.
And then if everybody's using enhancements, is it actually enhanced?
That's
That's what
not
the UFC.
anymore. Yeah, it's just
That's
normal.
what the UFC was talking about. Like, hey, let everybody do tests, because then basically it doesn't make a difference.
It would be survival of the fittest, whichever. Let's just say there's the NFL of today, then there's the NFL of tomorrow with the exosuits. Whichever one is the most entertaining is going to make the most money. So if we, the people, then start watching the new NFL, that means the old NFL wouldn't have a choice but to become extinct. So it's kind of like the WNBA versus the NBA. We're going to watch one over the other. But that's just, it is what it is. So the normal NFL would have to find a way to catch up to the cybernetic NFL, but there's nothing they could do about it.
Well, there'd be fans of the
if-
classic
Of course, but those
non-enhanced sports leagues,
those
and then
fans,
there'd be fans that are like embracing like the new technology.
pretty much the millennials
sports
and the Gen Zers and beyond, we would embrace the new NFL. But the Gen Xers and the baby boomers, they would keep with the old school, the traditional NFL. But eventually, like everything else, like smartphones, like laptops and everything else, eventually the NFL and the NBA, MLB, all that stuff would fade away. And the new thing would be the cybernetic version of that with the exosuits, etc. That's what I think.
Yeah, because it'd be a higher level of playing.
And it would be more entertaining.
Right.
Because people are going to watch what's the most entertaining. People like to be entertained. So the old school NFL would be seen as dinosaurs. And we would just look back at it as if we're watching, an old TV show or something. Like back when cable was in black and white. We went from cable and VHS tapes to DVDs, now Blu-ray, now digital, now this, now that. Even when you go into the theater, What do they call it? IMAX?
Have IMAX.
We didn't have IMAX when we were kids.
I don't-
Now IMAX is a thing.
I mean, they had it. They'd always be like, see it now in IMAX, and I don't even know what that is, but
I still don't know what IMAX is to this
I
day.
don't know what it
To
is.
this
It's a
day.
type of camera.
I still don't.
To this
I
day.
never seen a
But
movie.
then they say there's something called 4DX.
I never seen
I
a
don't know what
movie.
4DX is, and then they have Screen X, and I don't know what.
4DX.
I don't know what any of these formats are.
You mean 4K?
No, like in a theater, they have it 4DX.
You know what that
It's
is?
when the seats shake.
Oh,
Then-
like how the controller shakes when you're playing a game. So do the seats warm and cool too and stuff?
No. I will.
I think that's-
Actually, I imagine.
What if you're watching a movie? What if you're watching a movie that takes place in the desert and they want you to feel how hot it
They'll suck
is?
the humidity out there.
Like Dune.
What if they freaking?
Imagine if Dune Part 3 they have that.
Hello?
Sometimes they pump in scents.
All right,
Oh really?
Like different scents in the movie theaters.
That's kinda
So you
cool.
can
we'll have to
see-
pick this up some other time.
Deuces. Who's that called?
Thanks for watching. Peace.